everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I'm your host, Tom Bruno. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with us. And by us, I mean us, UK. USUK, that's us. It is another beautiful, dreary Wednesday night, and I could not be happier to be here, even if somebody was tickling my balls while I was doing it. You guys know the show. We join up here every single Wednesday night. I got a couple friends that are coming here in 2 seconds. So without further ado, let's bring them in. Standing at 6 foot tall, weighing 110 stone, with a penis the size of the Eiffel Tower. Let's welcome Alex Whiteley.
I wish I was 6 foot tall. Like, hello, short ass. How are you? Yeah. Instead of hello.
But your penis is the size of the Eiffel Tower, correct? I read your Wikipedia.
Absolutely, but the problem is I've got blowjob eyes to everyone I look at. So
some lady walks down the road. She's like, "I'm in love with your penis." You're like, "Because it's so big." You're like, "No, because it looks like the Eiffel Tower." And you're like, "Huh, that's weird." But I mean, people do that. People fall in love with statues all the time, Alex.
I mean, it's handy when you're tired, like waiting for a train, so you just lean forward.
Jesus Christ. That's the oldest fucking Austin Powers bit ever. He's like a tripod, and he fucking we have another friend hanging out in the wings. Last time we did this, we didn't tell him that we were not doing it, so fucking he showed up anyways. Please welcome the coolest guy at the party, the only man that probably fucking rivals Alex with penis size. Let's welcome David Raby.
Hey guys.
Hello. I love how subtle that was. Just hello.
Hello. I know.
Hello.
I know. We're over here going
all the time. Look at that penis. Like how everyone on YouTube just starts screaming. It's like, fuck.
Didn't you find the greeting hello to be really disarming? Or was it just me? Like, if somebody walks in and he goes, hello, you're like, the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Hi.
Like, hi.
What's up?
We gotta think of a new way to greet people. Be like, fucking, and be like, fuck you.
Smell you later.
In the face.
It might be as big
smells
as
like the French too. Wow.
Oh, well, I think that means it smells like French fresh bread is what he means.
Like a baguette.
Like a baguette.
It's big like a baguette. But no, seriously, we should probably fucking think of a new way to say like the Hawaiians and the Polynesians got aloha. Why the fuck can't we have a cool one?
Damn. And aloha means hi and bye at the same time. So it's like, which one is it? Which what?
Do I say or do I go? What do I do?
Fucking aloha. All right, cool. That's great. But you need to leave my party. Aloha. Yeah, fuck you. I get it. Get out of my house.
Aloha and fuck off.
Fucking aloha.
I wonder if they say that.
I do have a dilemma tonight, though, guys, because I have this bottle of rum that I need to finish. It's called Dead Man's Finger. Do you get that in the US? Dead Man's Finger.
I think I've seen that bottle before. I think we do.
Last time I had a dead man finger, my dead doctor was checking me for my prostate. He was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And I was like, "Oh my God, they're lumps." Yeah, my dead doctor.
You just go in there and be like, "Oh, time to."
Well, I think he always whispered that he wanted to die inside of a man's asshole, but I didn't know what that meant until he was
I'm spending my last moments of life with you, Tom.
I feel like his ghost entered my body when he did it, because he was just like, all right. And then because his fingers are still in my rectum as he passed, like his spirit fingers went psst. Like, you've heard of spirit fingers, right? Like, it's not just a fucking thing you do at a high school get together, like a show. It's not just
spirit fingers.
Yeah. So that's how a ghost transfers. Like, I think I'm possessed, at least rectally.
Find out if this ghost is real or not. Spirit fingers.
I'm gonna bend over. We're gonna do a seance in my ass. All right, guys.
Right before you get us fucking kicked off the air, Tom.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna be one.
Shut the fuck up.
We need a photo of the deceased in order to conduct the seance. Well, here's Tom's asshole.
Right. Okay. So my dilemma is this bottle's black and I can't tell how much is in it, so I'm gonna have to open it.
Keep drinking it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep drinking it and see how far I get with before the end of the show. And by the way, if you've ever drank Dead Man's Fingers, it legit smells like PVA glue. So
I don't know what PVA glue is.
Yeah,
it's the white sticky glue you had in kindergarten.
Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue. We call that Elmer's glue in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. What's on your bottle?
Cow, I think.
Yeah. Which is so fucked, by the way, because they're like, many animals died so you could do macaroni art.
Here's a picture of a fun cow. Hi.
Oh, it's so pretty. Did it give us some milk? No, we fucking slit its throat so you could glue that fucking macaroni to that cardboard.
Again, Tom.
Oh, stop. We're fine. Nobody watches except James Stafford and fucking Ryan Berger does the dead DR finger of Lou. He did, but you know that's everything escapes when you pass. So I don't know what.
But it was sardine juice.
Oh. That's what he had.
James, by the way, has supplied me with a little video for Pod Aid. A big shout out to everybody that's given us videos for Pod Aid. They're like segmental barriers, like kind of like, hi, my name is James Stafford, and I've got amazing hair. You are watching Pod Aid. Make sure you donate for Ling and Davis. It all goes to a great cause because fuck cancer, yes. You know, that's what we're after.
I concur. I don't like that cancer stuff either.
Hell no.
Fucking, I don't know. So let's do. Okay, let's start with David. David, how the fuck you been, buddy? Haven't seen you in a little bit.
Doing good, man. Just I've been back on PUBG Mobile again a lot. I'm like, fuck.
Nice.
Becomes addicted, but I've been trying to stay active and working out. Try to be consistent. So,
any future looks into being able to go back and join the real world? I know that you've been like anxious to do so, but obviously you want to be as safe as humanly possible. So how's that looking over there?
There's still some like events that kind of come up, but it's all like daytime shifts. None of it's at nighttime, and they're all like still, at crowded places with people. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like it's still pretty, treacherous in a way.
Yeah, last thing I want to do is like having to tell people like, hey, could you put your mask on, and then them like fucking going off at me about some weird shit. I'd be like, oh man, like I don't get paid enough for this. Like seriously.
Speaking of which, and did you see that thing about that couple in Texas that went to a restaurant? And they got kicked out for wearing their masks.
It sounds like a Texas thing. Yeah, I didn't hear about that though.
So this couple, I just barely read it. Who posted it? It was Brucey Bruce. Brucey Bruce posted on his page that like this couple, like they had a kid, and they hadn't been out in a very long time. Obviously, if you've had a kid, you understand that feeling of being, with a kid.
An abortion, but yeah.
So fucking they wanted to go out. Their mother came and watched the kid, but because their kid has cystic fibrosis, they still wear masks constantly, which is, a responsible thing.
Yes.
If you're asking me, right?
I think it's responsible just in general to be wearing the mask considering the pandemic. But
well, I mean, like I live up in the middle of nowhere and I see virtually no one. So like, unless we're going into like a big crowded store, I don't wear a mask. Like when we go into Walmart, I wear a mask. If we're just going out apple picking like we did last weekend, I don't wear a mask. I don't really think I need to.
If there's people around,
it's weird how we're at different levels now. Like, because like both the UK and the US were kind of let's see how many people's lives we can fuck up as many as possible. Like it was like a race to see who could do that. Whereas now it's kind of like there aren't as many people wearing masks anymore because like
they just got tired of it.
Well, no, because like yes, people are getting it, but the mortality rate's dropped. So like, there are people getting it, but not as much. Whereas America, it's kind of fucked because you've got like half the people that have had the vaccine and half the people that haven't, and that's the issue, isn't it? In the UK, it was very good how many people went out and got the vaccine. So it goes to show you that
you're better than us. We get it. You're better than us. Jeez.
In every single way. Absolutely.
Penis. So they go to this restaurant. They wear the mask because obviously they don't want to get their very young child sick that has cystic fibrosis. They're wearing the mask. They go in the restaurant and the waitress tells them as they come in because they got to show their ID and like they have the mask on. She's like, "Oh, can you pull down your mask?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." Pulls it down, shows the ID, and that's what they assumed it was for. So they go get drinks and stuff going into the bar.
Wait, hold on. How old is their kid? They have to show an ID when they go into this place?
Well, not the kid.
Like
the kid wasn't there. The toddler's got a fake ID so he can drink like a human. No, the kid was at home. 3 fingers of apple juice. So they fucking, their kids at home with the mom, and they go to the restaurant. The waitress asks them to take their mask down. They think it's for the ID. They go and sit down. Another waitress comes over, and she's like, "Hey, so I'm sorry to ask you to do this, but you have to take down your mask to eat here." And they're like, "Yeah, we do, so we can eat." And they're like, "No, there's."
Sorry.
Are you watching something else while we're on a fucking live show, Alex?
A live show on a live show. Sorry.
He's like, it's just boring. I want to watch this other podcast.
That's so much better podcast.
this one's funny.
Why can't we be these guys?
Yeah.
Those are our guys. What are you talking about? Yeah, I know. It's that Alex guy. He's so good. Why the rest of those guys suck so much? So fucking the waitress asked them to pull down their masks, and they're like, why? And they're like, well, it's like this political thing. Our owner, the owner of the bar, is not really into the idea of people being wearing masks, blah blah. And he's like, well, before he comes over and kicks you guys out, I just would like to ask you guys to do it. And they're like, we can't. You know, we have a sick kid. And she's like, yeah, well, either take down your mask or leave. And
well, your kid's gonna die. The owner wants your kid to die. So,
I mean, that's kind of fucked, right? It's like the reverse of what it was before. Fucked. I mean, like we should all, like, you know, in the very beginning, it was very important that we all wear masks, clearly. And then, you know, people were giving shit because, like, I don't need to wear a fucking mask. So now it's the reverse where it's like, okay, well, you can wear a mask if you want to. And they're like, well, you're not going to wear a mask because I don't want you to. It's like, what the fuck?
There's no winning over here.
It's okay. So this is the it's like a political everything's a political campaign right now, and everybody has to be right. And this is the problem with the far sort of left and the far right. They can't just be like, oh yeah, this is fucked. No. They're like, but they have to prove each other right, whether it's right or wrong. They have to be right. So yeah,
I think it's interesting because they're like, listen, don't be fucking conforming to wearing the mask. Now conform to not wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute here.
It's like, what do I do? Just stay at home. Like it.
I listened to a lot of the distillers growing up, and they told me not to conform. So I'm very confused of what you want me to do as of this second.
Right? Damn, she was so hot, dude.
The distillers?
Brody Dale?
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm like the band?
Yeah, the singer, the
band.
The distillers, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, it's been a while.
Been a while.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Got to do it every time without fail. If you don't, you're a fucking heathen. I nearly had an accident this week. I thought I'd tell you guys.
Like a pee accident?
A car? Like a vroom accident?
Yeah, like a vroom accident. I was driving to work. It was nighttime, and there's a little knot of woods at the top of the hill that I drive through, and it's notorious for deer, pheasant, rabbits, stuff, you know. So I always sort of slow down to about 35, 30, just to sort of take my time. And there's this deer in the road. I was like, and by the way, deers look scary as fuck lit up at nighttime. They just look scary. They're like, and the white silver thing staring at you. And he went across the road to jump into the hedge, realized he couldn't, panicked, then doubled back over in front of my car and had to slam my brakes on. So my vape shot to the front of my car. Everything nearly fucking hit me. My vape is broken. I've gone to work with no vape, no cigarettes, no money, and I was just like, one of the worst nights I've ever had. So I had to go and buy a new tank. I got a new tank for my vape. Have you seen these cool little pods?
Yeah, fuck you, Ryan.
Oh, okay, so Shona has something similar to that. No, not fuck you, Ryan. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I think he's funny. So we're gonna.
Yeah, my opinion is fuck you, Ryan.
Oh, hateful. So Sona has one of those. Does yours leak? Where do you put the fluid in that one?
In the bottom.
Okay. Does yours leak?
No, it's brand new. So the bottom. I've had it for 2 days now. The bottom there, look, is clear, it's dry, and it just
So my recommendation to you is when you aren't using it, tip it the other way. Like it seems kind of weird, but have the mouthpiece pointing down. That way, even if it starts loosening up on the tab or something, it won't start leaking e-liquid in your thing, which is, obviously the thing you want to do. Oh, and I'm so sorry to hear that you almost hit a fucking deer. I wonder what it's like.
I didn't think of you. I was kind of like, well, at least I didn't hit the fucker. Bruno.
Well, funnily enough, like that was like the second time that I the first time I hit the moose was the time that I hit a moose, but like we almost hit another one on our way home from driving from Burlington one night. So fucking we were going through Eden, which is really it's a really beautiful place, but I feel like they're like, oh, let's just call it Eden. It's like, fuck you. All right, come on, we get it. It's pretty. And
Eden,
we were going
the land of meth. Sorry,
no,
the Garden of
maybe. So fucking we're driving down the road. It's really, really foggy, and there's this like light, it's just a security light pointing out towards the road and stuff. And normally we just fly right through this. We've driven it so many times we can do it, but we're going, and like there's this huge fucking shadow because the light's in front of us and all this fog's right here and stuff you can't really see. There's this massive fucking shadow. And like normally you'd be like, oh, it's a building. Well, normally you'd be like, it's a building, it's a sign, it's anything else that's not what this is. So we'd start slowing the fuck down. And all of a sudden, like this huge lumbering fucking shadow, dude. It's just a massive fucking thing in the road, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Like we start getting a little weirded out. And all of a sudden we get close enough to see what the fuck it is. It's a goddamn moose. That's, you know, I mean, moose are fucking huge as they are, but like, of course, we're in our car looking
with the light
at this dude. Like some gigantic demon is fucking gonna murder us in the middle of Eden, and we're like, what the fuck?
Like, dude, it's a Jersey Devil. Ah!
Why'd he come for the Pine Barrens? What a prank! Stay local, fuck.
the piece in your glove box just wouldn't stand a chance. Oh, Matthew Howarth. Hey.
It wouldn't. That's the problem. It's like with moose, dude, they got really thick skulls, dude. So even if I manned up and was like, I'm fucking taking this bitch down a peg, bam, 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 it'd be like that cow and me, myself, and Irene would be like, fuck you. You ever seen that movie, Alex?
Yes, I have. The Tom Green. Is it Tom Green?
Nope.
No,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I'm thinking of Freddy Got Fingered. There's two similar scenes with a cow in the road. Yeah. And then Tom Green's like licking the head of this cow. He's like,
I love that scene so much. Be the deer. Fuck, I didn't expect that to happen. Fucking get smoked by the car.
Let's bring that back up. Sorry, let's bring that back up. I want to say hi to Matthew. Matthew did a podcast with us.
Hi, Matthew.
We talked history. We've got some ideas for a history podcast. We're talking about something maybe. But yeah, he says, thought it was Eden, land of virgins. Mind you, if you are around.
Well, you know, fucking, it was a virgin until I showed up. And I'm like, what up?
Yeah, it was the Virgin Islands until I showed up.
Well, Bernie's not scary. As long as you don't feed him by your hands, bro, he won't bite you. So you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. That's just like some sort of thing they put out there, some political bad shit. But I've met the man. He did not bite me. He was really nice. He didn't smell me like our president does. So I guess that's
I was going to say scarier than Trump was. I mean, it doesn't come more scarier than that. He was like orange T-Rex with a fat belly.
It was really funny because he had like those tiny hands. Be like, ah.
Right. Fucking, I'm not the guy that really gets too worried about fucking policies, especially because like most of the stuff that he wants to do affects me. So what are you so worried about, buddy? He didn't get fucking made president or anything. It's all good. It only affects Tom Bruno. So we've been doing deep dives for a little bit, guys. Like that's been like the new MO of like doing stuff. Oh, and by the way, fucking, if you guys have not listened to last week's episode of What's the Difference, go check that out. It was a fucking fantastic episode. We had a great fucking time with Tanisha Collins. She was a dear. We talked about her latest movie, Fatherhood. She is a stunner, dude. And she was just so, I mean, she's Canadian, so of course she's nice, but she was so fucking nice, man. And like we really like made like a little friendship out of it, and she agreed to come back on eventually. So fucking
cool.
Tom was like, maybe if I'm ever in Montreal, you can show me around.
Me and the wife. Thank you very much.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we can ditch the wife.
She watches his back. She's like, so you want to hang out with Canadian girls, huh? I'm like, no, you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me. I said you and me, and she's like, "That's not what Alex said." And I'm like, "Alex is a real prick." What'd you say? Nothing, Alex. I'm sorry.
What he did say was, if we're ever in Montreal and Alex is with me and we're getting fucked up and looking for tail. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's what exactly. That's me.
She's a very wholesome, lovely person. She's very, very kind. And the interview is fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And anyway, why tangenting on that? Why are we going on about that?
I just because I was saying something about like about what we've been doing with the deep dives, but then I just wanted to throw out the little thing for fucking last episode we did because I was remembering it. Anyways, since you want to throw me off my fucking game so badly, I'll give you guys the choice. We can deep dive into, well, you both are exercising, so maybe the treadmill might be the thing to deep dive into, or Listerine. So you guys pick. I'm gonna do both anyways, but I'll
what was the first one again? Sorry, I was reading comments. What?
Treadmill.
Treadmill. They're the key words.
Yeah. You don't know what a treadmill is? You guys not have treadmills out there?
Of course.
He's like, the runny standees.
Here we see the wild treadmill.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the thing that you run on inside.
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys call that?
A treadmill. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why were you fucking?
Why'd you act like you've never heard of it?
I think we've misunderstood a bit here. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't misunderstand what you said.
Gotcha.
I wasn't like that's one way of going. Oh my god, Alex is such a fat fuck. He didn't know what a treadmill was. Like,
no, I figured that like as always, we ran into a word that we just don't understand between each other. Like,
I really thought you guys had a different word for it.
Okay, that's hilarious, dude. Oh my god, I like the runny standy. That is fucking like, that is the only thing I'll call from now on. Like Tom, or like when Donnie goes and works out, I'll be like, "Hey Donnie, what are you doing today?" He'd be like, "Oh, running on the treadmill." And be like, "Oh, the runny standy. Good show.
Good shit, yeah."
Okay.
Builds up cardio.
Know that the treadmill has fucking a nefarious past by chance?
What was it used? Tell me it was like a torture device that went off rails, and you're like, actually, we'll just use it for.
Well, let me get there. All right, guys. So the treadmill is a device generally used for walking, running, or climbing, and staying in the same place. Hey, the walkie running, or the standy running. The treadmills were introduced before the development of powered machines to harness the powers of animals or humans to do work. Often a type of mill operated by a person, animal treading and steps of a tread wheel to grind grain. So that's what it first started off was. They used it like they put like a cow or horse or like a Tom Bruno on it, and they run on it and they'd spill the milling fucking wheel, which would grind down the fucking grain. It's really, really cool. But check this out. William Staub, a mechanical engineer, developed the first consumer treadmill for home use. Staub developed the treadmill after reading a 1968 book, Aerobics, by Keith H. Cooper. Cooper's book noted that individuals who ran 8 minutes or for 5 times a week would be in better physical condition. That's cool and everything, but that's not what I want to tell you about because I assumed that when they said history, it'd be cool. So treadmills for power. Treadmills as a power source originated in antiquity. These ancient machines had 3 major types of design. The first was a horizontal bar out of a vertical shaft. It rotated around the vertical axis, driven by an ox or another animal walking in a circle, pushing the bar. Humans were also used to power these, obviously. The second design was a vertical wheel of a tread wheel, which is obviously like if you think about
the hamster wheel.
Yes, the hamster wheel, exactly. Or I was going to say Pirates of the Caribbean, so I could speak your language. If you remember that one where he's running in the wheel, that's exactly what a tread wheel is. That powered by climbing in place instead of walking in circles. This is similar to what we know today as a hamster wheel. Hey. The third design also required climbing, but was used for a slope instead of a moving platform. That's cool and all. But this is where it got interesting. Treadmills for punishment. Treadmills for punishment were introduced in 1818 by an English engineer named Sir William Colbert.
Always with the English.
I know,
diabolical
right?
sons of bitches.
Who was just, you didn't have the idea, you fuck.
I know, right? We're like, why can't we torture people with wheels? What's wrong with us? I'm gonna have to go back to this afterwards because there's with steps and cast iron wheels that drove the shaft. Okay, so yeah, they were basically just telling me a different type of wheel. So he proposed using their muscle power to both cure their idleness and produce useful work. Colbert's treadmill for punishment.
I got demons running all through me.
Exercise the demons, and that's where that saying came from. It usually rotated around a horizontal axis, blah blah. Requiring the user to step upwards like walking up an endless staircase. Those punished walked around the outside of the wheel holding the horizontal handrail for stability. By the Prison Act in 1865, every male prisoner over 16 sentenced to hard labor had to spend 3 months at least of his sentence in a labor of the first class, which consisted primarily of the treadmill. Punishment treadmills remained in use until the second half of the 19th century. They were typically 20-foot long paddle wheels with 24 steps around 6-foot cylinder. Several prisoners stood side by side on the wheel and had to work 6 or more hours a day. Man, they must have been fucking trim as shit, right? Like such in good shape. Why wouldn't they revolt? Be like, I'm in great shape. I can run for hours. Thank you.
Like I can literally jump over this fucking wall with these legs. You see these fucking legs?
They're fucking huge, bro. Fucking hold on, where'd it go? Side by side in a wheel, and had to work 6 more hours a day. Effectively climbing 5,000 to 14,000 vertical feet. While the purpose of was mainly punitive, the most infamous mill at Brixton Prison. Hey, fucking, do you know where that is, Alex?
Brixton's in London, right?
I don't know. I was asking you.
You would be the person that would know.
He's not British. I knew it. It's with the front.
Take that mustache off. You're a liar.
It was me all along.
Oh my God! And use the grain to supplement existing blah blah. So essentially, they were like, "Yo, fucking, we have some shit that needs to be ground down, and we need you fucking prisoners to get your asses up there and fucking do it." I'm actually going to show you the human powered really quickly though. I kind of skipped over this. Treadmills as muscle powered engines originated roughly 4,000 years ago. Their primary use was to lift buckets of water. The same technology was later adapted to create a rotary grain mills and tread wheel crane. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share the thing really quick so I can show you these pictures.
And rotisserie chicken.
Ready for the Matrix. Get ready for the Matrix. Are you ready?
It could be
All right, so check this out. This is the human powered wheel. Like you can see how they it's at a weird angle, right?
I don't. Oh, I see. Okay.
Do you think that was to make it easier by like pushing the rotations going down to make it easier? Maybe.
Typically, when you're doing that, you're basically walking up steps like on an incline, so it's making it more difficult for the user, like the human.
You think so? Because I mean, I don't think this was the punishment one. I think this was just the regular one for like a mill. Which I would imagine, I wonder if that, once again, I wonder if that slope kind of makes it so it's easier for.
I don't know though. I don't know. If you go back to the last picture, Tom, I don't think that that's got anything to do with the mill. Because if you look behind this guy, poor guy who's working on here, there is the mill with the inner workings there that's doing its job. This thing is connected to nothing. So it's like, yo, dude, you've been really lazy.
It looks like right here. If you see, oh, hey, I can zoom in. Look at this. The future.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, my God. Look. Look at that bee. What's that bee have to do with anything? Yeah, I think that it's connected down here by the same thing with the pegs. Now, how do I zoom out? Alex?
Double click. Try double clicking.
Thank you. See, that's what we keep Alex for, besides his charming way.
I know how to click my buttons.
So that's what that's all about. Did you guys? That's kind of cool, right? I mean, it's not cool, but that's. I had no idea, by looking at a fucking treadmill, wow, there's some dark shit to that bullshit.
It just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm never going to look at a treadmill the same way again. Just be like,
give this man all the podcasting awards. That was fucking excellent.
Yeah. I mean, that's the story of that, though, isn't it? I do wonder sometimes with Rick and Morty if there is always a nod. You know, you're talking about the John Lennon, not the John Lennon, the Paul McCartney thing.
Paul McCartney.
The turtle. There's always a nod to history or to some
to another conspiracy in order for you to kind of deep dive yourself into.
Yeah, so the Flugelcrank thing was kind of maybe the story of the treadmill. You know,
what I think was the decoy episode of this latest season.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he was
we totally talked about this. That's not to shut you down. I just want to say that we finally got to it. So let's just do it again because it was fucking excellent. Do it again. All right.
When he got to that part when he was he made the reference to Isaac Asimov, who was a 1940s and 50s science fiction author. I had to do a deep dive. I didn't understand what the fuck he meant, but it's actually thanks to Isaac Asimov is why we have this sort of in a sense, the way Star Wars is. There's empires out in space. He was the first one to kind of write about shit like that.
Huh. What was his book? What was it about? Was it did George Lucas really rip this motherfucker off?
I don't think he didn't really necessarily rip him off, but he kind of took his idea and did his own thing. No one spins about it. But yeah, Isaac Asimov has he has a few trilogies. I think I know he has a huge collection of books. I forget what they're called, but yeah, I had to deep dive into that.
How great would it be if it was his first book's No Hope, second one is The Empire Will Kick Your Ass, the third one is Return of Some Guy, and you're like, oh my god, he totally ripped
Jabba the Sith. Not Jabba. Jar Jar the Sith.
Dude, that'd be fucking amazing.
Jar Jar the
his
Sith.
Books, Jar Jar's this badass motherfucker that murks people, and you're like, oh, how would he take my character and turn him in some sort of floppy-eared fuck? What the hell?
This is you driving through Eden, right? You see that big shadow is Misa hungry. We got to go to the comments. James, we also call it a running machine. You run on that thing? I see when I used to go to the gym, I used to see a lot of girls texting and walking on the fucking thing. I'm like, what is the point of you?
Oh, is that for them to practice when they're walking and texting? When they're like, hopping, they're like,
well, maybe to make it more
everybody.
realistic, we should like start putting signs in the middle of treadmills for that. Be like, oh, here you go, and then they have to learn how to dodge and duck and shit. It'd be really good for cardio and for your fucking response system.
Or just chuck a load of carpet tacks on the floor behind them and hit the fast button.
So you try getting off this machine, dick.
So, I mean, I think we all have, but how many of us have fucking turned the treadmill up way too fucking fast and tried doing silly shit with it? Gentlemen?
Oh no, it's one of my worst fears of falling off a treadmill in front of a gym. Like, no fuck way, no way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we had one as a kid, and I was running on it. Clearly, before I was,
really, you ran on a fucking treadmill.
Well, I was using the standy walkie, and fucking, like you turn it up because you're like, oh, I can do this. Let's see how fast I can go, and all of a sudden you keep on fucking turning up and cranking up, and before you know it, I'm fucking going face first, fucking legs out, like I'm doing the scorpion and shit, and it's not a joke. I really feel like I shouldn't have done it, but have you ever put like Hot Wheels on one?
No, I've seen the videos though. People predicting shit. They're like,
cool.
It's not one of the new kids video crazies. You know, the other guy driving over shit with his car and stuff. People like putting toys in the bath and opening up Kinder eggs and shit. Now it's like, let's see who wins on a fucking treadmill. Like, it's weird.
Did you bring a deep dive by chance? If not, there's something I want to talk about right afterwards.
I wanted to. Well, first of all, I was kind of like, let's shit on gossip mags for a bit because I was in Aldi and I was looking at the gossip mags. I was thinking these are the worst things ever. Like, gossip magazines are just terrible. Like, Sheila left her husband for his stepson or something. You know, like taking the piss out of people. And then there's
what's the chisme for today?
Yeah, and then they have who wore it the worst, and they have like the red circle shit that they talk about. And there was actually one I was reading about just because I was kind of diving into it, and there's one that was like the 25 worst beach bodies, and they literally looked for celebrities that had the worst beach bodies, and they ripped the shit out of them in a magazine.
They're still body shaming people. Cool.
Well, funnily enough, like to add on to that, there was this really funny meme that I saw where this magazine, a tabloid, was like, fucking look at Vin Diesel with his fucking dad bod in the middle of the yacht, fucking in Italy, and all of a sudden, like underneath it said, you're losing the fucking point of it, which is Vin Diesel's on a yacht in Italy. Where the fuck are you right now?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, in your fucking face.
It's like the thing, right? Like when you want to do like a rock. Hi, mom. It's my mom. It's my mom.
Oh, hi, mom.
Hey, mom.
Hey.
I'm Tom, and like I know we've never met in person, but I love your son. He's a good guy. We've been hanging out for 3 years. The relationship's not really been Facebook, fucking approved yet. So,
Matthew says, "Don't lie, you love them." Nazi ran off with my dog. Yeah, I used to love them when I was a kid because sometimes they'd show like a nip slip or something. I'd be like, "Oh, boobs."
Look at that shite, bro.
Yeah, look at that. My mom says hi, everyone. My mom's now the star of the show. We did have this idea once of getting our moms on the show. I think we should do that one day.
You did. I didn't want to do that. You did. You're like, I'm very proud of my mom. And I was like,
We're basically a couple now, Tom. We should definitely introduce our moms. Like, it's just... It makes
what if
sense.
they don't like each other? What if they like each other? Then they separate us.
My mom's cool as fuck, man.
I'm not saying she's not. I'm not saying your mom's not cool. I'm saying, like, what if they don't get along? Because what if your mom's like, I really like knitting, and my mom's like, knitting's stupid, and she throws and walks out the room. My mom's
literally going to come on the show and talk shit about me. She'll make fun of me on the show.
Really?
Yeah. Let's get your mom on. Let's do this. Is she about now? Get her on now. Let's do this.
They're gone right now.
All right, everyone
both my parents are. They're both. Why do you think I'm such a shitty person? Ma!
James earlier, by the way, says that when all power companies fail, we need to return to the treadmill to power things. That was that Black Mirror episode, right? When they're on the like, exercise bike.
Yeah. That's how you like earn money and shit. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, dude. Did you watch? Okay, so like they work at this business where they go on a treadmill or bike or something, and they would earn money by pedaling, which gave them power and stuff. It was really fucking cool. And this guy was saving money to
like the glass.
Yeah.
Make sure you buy your car insurance.
He was doing it so like he could like earn this money so he could get a better position, because the more money you have, you can get a better position at your work or whatever. But there was this girl that he was like in love with, and he ended up like working even harder so he could give her a chance at like a America's Got Talent type thing. And that's what he did. It's real, dude. Fucking, if you've not seen that episode of Black Mirror, fucking definitely check it out.
Kind of stay away from Black Mirror because the one episode I did see really fucked me up. It was the episode where that guy goes to that company and they give him that weird little device that they put on his head to like it's like basically like a sort of he's like hallucinating this whole time, thinking he went somewhere else, but the whole time he was
Total Recall shit.
Yeah, and he was like there in the office. He never went anywhere, and it only lasted 5 seconds. But the whole episode went on, and it like got me like a little flashback because I was like, that was my worst fear when I was high on acid. I was like, fuck, man. That's why I kept moving around and like kept doing stuff. I'm like, last thing I want is for all of this to be just in my fucking head, and I'm still sitting here on the couch or some shit like that.
You didn't watch that first episode of Black Mirror, the one that everyone should watch? Oh, no.
Where they get the Prime Minister fuck a pig.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Dude, it's so brilliant. It's fucking amazing. You're just like, dude, it's so daring. You're like, wow, this is where TV is nowadays.
And they made him look like David Cameron as well. They were kind of like, yeah, we're going to make him look like the actual Prime Minister at the moment. Like, we're going to try our best to.
Right. Alex, please continue with what you were saying about the rag, or was that all you're just going to say?
I can't, no, it's fine. I will add though onto that that Charlie Brooker, who writes Black Mirror, is amazing, an amazing guy, makes a Black Mirror, but like I can't stand him as a. So I mean, like, if he ever wants to come on the show,
so we can't get him on the show.
But like, he's just very dry, very dry.
He's
George,
your mom.
She definitely will. Yeah, see, George knows. He's met my parents before.
Ryan says that he likes your mom more now. Fucking,
yeah.
I think you should probably keep your mom away from Ryan because he's gonna be your dad before you know it.
Yeah, right.
You're like,
well,
my
dad
dad.
Call him dad ever, even if there's a fire.
Fucking Black Mirror is crazy good. George signs off on it. Speaking of crazy good, how many of us in here are Sopranos fans?
No.
No, either.
I've never really watched it. I probably should, considering I like mafia stuff. But
dude, okay, David, we should probably spend the next lifetime telling you why you should watch Sopranos. But like,
it's an HBO thing, right?
Yeah, it's an HBO thing. Do you have HBO Max?
I have HBO Max. Yeah.
Okay, definitely go check it out, dude. You're gonna fucking love it. But the reason I ask is because there's a movie coming out relatively soon, which is a Sopranos story, which is a movie.
It's the little story of Tiny Tony growing up in the neighborhood.
Pretty much. He said he disowned you so fast. Fucking that's hilarious. Fucking George says Sopranos is fucking amazing. And James signs off on The Many Saints. I think we should kind of watch this trailer really quick. I
see the trailer, but I'll watch it again. Cool.
Yeah, let's watch it. Oh, by the way,
it's weird how the guy does look like a young James Gandolfini.
Yeah, it's his kid. Son, that's why. Yeah.
Oh,
they did. I like your realization face. It's
okay.
Oh.
And by the way, his kid from Sopranos, the guy that played his kid in Sopranos, is now like a world champion poker player. I tried to look for him to bring him on as guest, and he's made millions playing.
No, that's Spider. No, that's hilarious.
Wow, well, he's the Spider from fucking
Well, no, that's his nephew in the show. That's his nephew.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Spider from Goodfellas.
No, but that's excellent. I love that poll because I didn't recognize him at first until
I was like, Spider.
Fucking Spider.
You're a family of rats. Your whole family's rats.
Fucking. So with that in mind, just to kind of like pump the juices, I actually think like I'm gonna do like a cool thing with my dad. I'm gonna be like, hey, Dad. Not Ryan. Ryan's not my dad. It's somebody else.
Yeah.
My dad, Tom Bruno.
He's my daddy.
He's the one that got me into Sopranos to begin with. Like, he didn't like show it to me, but he was always watching it. We're from South Jersey, so we always drive through that section of North Jersey. So it was like this thing.
And you're like, that's the road sign from the opening of the show.
Yes, pretty much. So, I mean, that's how lame we are. Fucking so like because we have this like connection of like he really loved the show and I really love the show. I think I'm gonna be like, hey, Dad, let's either A, go to the theater and go watch it together, or B, like let's join up at one of each other's houses and watch it because I know how much we both like it. So let's check this out really quick. If I can't hear it, then I guess we'll fucking stop.
You have to click the button that says include audio.
We can make up the voices as it goes along.
There's one that says include audio.
Do you want me to send me the link? Send me the link.
Okay. All right, I will.
Oh boy. Hey, was Frank Vincent ever on the show?
Let's see.
I have his book. It's
why does it say that Alex is a fucking dick? What are you telling? What? No way. I love how we're seeing everything on Tom's.
You're not supposed to see that.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
But yeah, we'll get the trailer up.
Yeah, the USUK thing. Now, what were you saying about that dude? Who is he? He wrote a book. What?
Oh, Frank Vincent, the Gentleman's Guide to Being a Man's Man. I think I have the book somewhere.
isn't that toxic in this culture nowadays or something?
I don't know. It's him. It's Frank Vincent, who passed away quite a few years ago, and he's holding a cigar. I have the book somewhere. I bought it. I haven't read it yet.
Just do the remove from stream thing. Click on the square, Tom.
But Frank Vincent is the guy that you've seen in. He's always like Joe Pesci's like right-hand man. He was the right-hand man in Casino, and then in Goodfellas, he was Billy Bats. Billy Bats.
Got you. Oh, really? That's him?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I get.
So go home and get your fucking shine box.
I think he wasn't. I mean, like they basically grabbed every amazing Italian American fucking actor ever to fucking be on the show. Dude, like David, that really surprised me because you are notoriously known for that's what notoriously known was a stupid thing to say. You are known to be like, you know, a dude
scholars will talk about it for years.
Like, that fucking idiot Tom. And the fact that you've not seen it really shocks me, dude. But like I think you'd enjoy the fuck out of it. Like I started rewatching it like a half a year ago, and it's still fucking phenomenal. It's so brilliant. You got that up, Alex? And by that,
yeah, I've got it ready to share. Sorry, I was just checking my notifications. Okay, right. So we want to go share screen.
Share the screen.
Share like the vampire.
Ooh, okay. I like vampires.
Share. But this is 2 minutes. If we get kicked from YouTube, George, please drop us an inbox to let us know we fucked it. Right, but here we go. This is the Many Saints of Newark.
What do you want, Richard? I'll be honest with you.
I want money.
I want to do a good deed. I want to do a lot more.
The best things in life are free.
I try to set an example for my nephew.
Give them to the birds and bees.
Anthony got kicked out of school. I went through all that trouble, but for once, I'm always
bad music choice.
You gotta be good. I want to do whatever I can to help the family.
Money doesn't get everything, it's true. Money doesn't get, I can't use it. I want money.
Wonder what they talk about in there. I didn't catch the name.
Pussy.
Pussy.
I think I just got this jacket. You know, I try so hard. Do something about Dickie Malasani.
Oh shit, Dickie's gonna be an excellent.
I know you can get.
Wow, do you see how much I look like cousin, like Uncle Junior?
He steps up, takes care of his family, takes care of all the business.
If anybody tells anybody about this,
You're on your merit badge.
I can't believe how it looks like. He looks like his dad.
It's the one thing.
Okay, that is Ray Liotta. I kind of had a hard time seeing.
Yeah, it's like that's Ray Liotta.
Pain comes from always wanting things.
Look how much he looks like.
But what do I know? I'm a murderer.
The best things in life are free.
Newark?
Hi, Christopher. Hello. It's like a scam or something.
Some babies, when they come into the world, know all kinds of things from the other side.
Oh shit. Okay, so let's not spoil anything because I really want you to see the show. But because like me and Alex have seen the entirety of the show, like all these little things that they're showing you, dude, like really mean something. Like the mother's relationship is so tumultuous.
With built-in virus protection, so you can
all right, cool. Sponsored by Chromebook, everyone. I wish. But like the mother's has a very tumultuous relationship with Tony. Uncle Junior does some interesting shit throughout the show. Chris's relationship with Tony's fucking dude, like so much about that gives me like, oh my god, if only like this character knows, but we know, so it's gonna be fucking fantastic. Join in the fucking chat if you are excited for the Many Saints of Newark, or if you think David should be watching Sopranos.
I remember vividly. I think I got to season 3. I was kind of like, yeah, I'll put it down for a bit, Tom.
How many seasons are there?
About
8, 7,
something.
8, something like that. There's a lot, dude.
I think I stopped at season 4 because I was kind of like, yeah, it's getting very samey. And Tom was like, you are at the bit where it gets the best. Carry on. And I was like, okay, so I did. And it was, to be fair. The writing is just so good. because they will give you episodes that just don't make sense until you see the next episode or a few episodes afterwards. Or, I just love the relationships between them. Sopranos, never saw it.
Ryan, let's both watch it, man, and we'll give our opinions about it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Okay,
Ryan,
so for me, I was always like, right after I got out of my Jack the Ripper phase is when I really got into like the mafia stuff, which was like about age 10 or 11. So that's when I started learning about.
Well, Mom, I'm done learning about men that murdered fucking night walkers in England. I would like to move on to the mafia. And your
I swear to God, dude, I was like 10, well, 11 when I was like into my Jack the Ripper phase, and then after that is when I got into the mafia, dude.
And then I bought a sawn off,
Yeah.
So to be fair, like the reason that you love that show as much as we do, Alex, is because a man named Terrence Winter. Terrence Winter is a phenomenal fucking writer. He also did Empire. What the fuck was that?
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire. So Terrence Winter also wrote that, which is a fantastic.
That's another one I need to watch, because that one for sure would be in the for me, the golden age of like organized crime, mafia, that like the 1920s and 30s.
We're gonna go get our Tommy guns. Our
she's the bee's knees.
You say it's the golden age, but it's only a golden age if you're in it and doing well. It's not golden age.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
it's a good call. All right.
You know what I mean? Like for the people that get sprayed with bullets on a fucking Saturday evening every.
Now you're on the trolley.
So the funny thing is, like, if anyone knows anything about my history, I do have some fucking mafia roots. If anybody wants to look, yeah, totally. Fucking here, I'll show you. So my mafia roots are interesting. But when I saw that thing where they were like shoving the gun up to the window, that really gave me in the feels and shit. Fucking here, I'll show you. This is my grandfather's first cousin. Let's share screen again. Enter the matrix. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
I'm like, it's coming. Oh, there it is. Oh, fucking what?
Angelo Bruno was a Sicilian-American mobster notable for being the boss of Philadelphia crime family for 2 decades until his assassination. Wow. Bruno was known as the Gentle Don due to his preference for conciliation over violence, in stark contrast to his successors. Yeah, man, fucking my great uncle. This is a picture of what happened to him. He got shot in the face with a shotgun on the side of the road.
They love their death pictures with the mafia.
I do, man. Those old fucking just black and white like crime scene photos of just like how everything is placed. I love those fucking photos. Sorry for your dead grandfather, but
it's not my grandfather. It's my grandfather's first cousin. The thing is, like, here's the interesting thing. And so the movie was made way before that. Well, I mean, I guess my grandfather was born in the 1920s. So here's the interesting little weird thing. The story about The Godfather is about a mafia don with his family and his it's
based off of Mario Puzo's book.
Exactly. And his son doesn't want anything to do with it, so he joins the Marines and does his own thing until eventually he joins. Now, a little bit different contrast to it, but here's the thing. Angelo Bruno was the head of the Philadelphia crime family. My grandfather joined the Marines to stay out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Now, don't worry, that's the only correlation.
So your grandfather is the Michael Corleone of your family. Holy shit.
Except we never got to be fucking Michael Corleone. It's not a phase, Mom. I really want to murder hookers, Mom.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, no. So if you have any interest
James says, look up Michael Franzese. Very interesting guy.
Yeah, he was back in the 80s. He was like a mafia, like a boss. Or he was like a cap. He was pretty high up. He was like a capo. What do they call it? The capo de tutti capi?
Something like that. Yeah.
What?
The capo de tutti capi. It's real. I know. I'm sorry to all the Italian, but it's like, imagine trying to look hard as fuck and walking in and going, the capo tutti capi.
Oh, gabagoo.
I'm a
Gabalagoocha.
I'm gonna get
Ricky, wrap it up. Really, was always good at wrapping things up. Raise them up, boys.
So I really want to watch. I got famous. Ooh, fucking look at this! Isn't history kind of cool? Do you know what I think would be really interesting? I'd like us all to do one of those DNA tests. I think that'd be kind of cool to do and figure out exactly. Because I mean, like, I'm a mutt. I got a lot of different things in me. I've been told that I have American Indian in me. I have German in me. I have Italian in me. I have French Canadian.
I have some English in you if you like.
Yeah, I have a lot of English. Come over here, baby. So fuck, I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe that's something we should look into doing after the year. Fucking,
I don't like the idea of my DNA going out to other places. Nope.
No.
Oh my God.
No. No, I am English and only English. That's it. I am
French.
No, I'm kind of a Heinz 57. I'm a collection of everything. Timmy's fucked, man. He's like English, Irish, Colombian, French. He's like
all the continents around the world.
Yeah, all the continents. Yeah,
I've seen the world.
Rolo from the show Viking. Yeah, you wish you were Rolo. He's a badass.
Oh no, I think that's who he's saying that he's related to.
Really?
Maybe the actor? Yeah, that's no, not the actor. I think he's saying he's actually related to the fucking actual Viking that was Rolo.
Yeah, but I mean, like they fucked a lot of people in the UK. Like they were kind of like, we fuck you, then we fuck you, then we fuck you. So I guess there's a lot of people that got Viking backgrounds. But that's pretty cool if there's like a direct thing there. Let us know, right?
All of a sudden, fucking, he shows up at your door. He's like, I'm here to pillage, and you're like, fuck. God damn it, Ryan.
I'm your daddy now.
No, I'll never call you dad. And then all of a sudden,
and we're Vikings, so bloodlines don't matter. Gonna fuck you in the ass. I wanted us to talk about the PlayStation 1 for a little bit, all right? Because I wanted to, try something with you guys, if you would, please.
Okay.
I want you to everybody close your eyes. Right, we can talk on the microphone and close your eyes. You can close your eyes. Okay. You've just got off the school bus. You're running home.
Didn't ride the school bus.
Yeah, well, you got home from school. Anyway, you're in your house. You're gonna go and play on the PlayStation. What's the first game you put in the PlayStation?
Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2.
I didn't have PlayStation 1, so I had Nintendo 64, but GoldenEye 007.
Ooh,
wow. Good call. I'm saying Metal Gear Solid. Everybody else in the chat, if you did the same thing, what's the game that you were first to go to? And do you know what? Actually, Metal Gear Solid came on late. I think like we got given a PlayStation by my dad, and it was like, to be fair, I showed up to his house.
Yeah, he fucks me. He'd be like, I'm here. I'm like, for what? He's like, and he zips his pants. I'm like, God damn it, I knew I was gonna suck a dick today. Ryan says Twisted Metal 2, which I also agree with. Fucking, that is definitely one of the ones that pops in my head right off the bat. And they did a really good job promoting that fucking game, dude. Do you think that we have bigger memories? I'm sorry to cut you off, Alex. Do you think that we have bigger memories of this because there was so little in the list of games that we could play at that point? Or is it because these games were so fucking amazing that we have no choice but to remember them?
I think I have a correct answer for this. Genuinely, I feel like with things like Game Pass and PSN and stuff like that, you've got this huge library of games that you can play something, you can fuck it off, you can bring some Resident Evil 2. Yep, I definitely love that. Whereas, like back in the day, what I was going to revert back to was we got given a PlayStation with Destruction Derby 2 and a demo disc, and that was it, right? And if I wanted a PlayStation game, it would be for Christmas. I couldn't just go out and buy a PlayStation game because I was a kid. I didn't have a job, guys. You know what I mean? So those games that you had, if you had 2 or 3 games, you'd play religiously. You'd know every single corner of every single track, or you'd know where every single thing was in Tomb Raider or something. You would play the shit out of that game. Whereas now you can kind of just throw a game away and be like, I'll try something else. So the reason why we have a really good memory of these things is because we played them so intricately. I don't know if anybody else in the chat agrees. But like we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so whatever we had to do. I mean, I remember we had Pandemonium 2, which is forgotten. Like they've never thought, oh, we're just going to remake Pandemonium. It was an amazing thing. You were like clowns, and you jump around and you kick shit and break stuff. And I remember vividly like that game meant everything to me because it was one of the only things we had.
The reason I love the fact that he's brought this up. Okay. I would like to hear from everybody a game that was garbage, but you fucking loved regardless.
Siphon Filter.
Ooh, good ball.
It was terrible, but brilliant at the same time.
I will go Turok 2. It was not as fucking
it was horrible.
Dude, I fucking
loved it.
It
was just fun to fuck around. Yeah.
Dude, it was so great because you get like machine guns, you're mowing down dinosaurs and like humanoid dinosaurs, dude. It was a horrible game, but it was fucking entertaining as shit.
Duke Nukem.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I love that.
Fantastic.
Those graphics are terrible, but it's so much fun.
Does anyone remember Vigilante 8? I don't even know what that is.
Is that a car game? It's a car game, isn't it, where you drive around and I don't know.
I can beat the scenario for Leon and Claire for now. I know. Well, did you play the remake, buddy? They made a remake of Resident Evil 2, and it's fantastic.
Did
so
somebody
fucking good.
replace all the characters with Barney dinosaurs? Something.
They did do that. Well, no, that was Resident Evil: The Village. They did that for that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so this is the Metal
these
Gear
are games. These are games that I wanted to just to reminisce about, and I want you two guys to tell me if you played it, or if you enjoyed it. So Metal Gear Solid.
Played it.
I only played the second one. Yeah.
Twisted Metal 2. There you go.
Fuck yes. Oh my god, so many hours. I remember that Kid Rock put out his first CD around that time, dude. And I was just sitting there, ball with the ball, the bang, fucking running around blowing shit up.
Yeah. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
Yes. Fuck yes. That was a fucking fantastic fucking game.
Did you play the original though? The original Legacy of Kain.
I didn't think there was an original. I thought that Legacy.
No, there was. There was it was an overtop view, and you were a little guy, and you could turn into wolf, and you'd play Kain. You'd be Kain, and I think is God of War. Is God of War like a spin-off from?
No, God of War was like its own thing. Fucking, that was a PlayStation 2 game. It was fantastic. I love God of War so much.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna do some research.
All right,
I'm pretty sure. God of War,
deep dive, man. That's what the show.
Tenchu.
No, I remember the fucking case, but it seemed like one of those games that like I just wouldn't want to grasp on. You know,
it was the first game I ever played where you had like a grappling hook and you could like zip up to like rooftops and shit. Like, that's kind of a normal thing in games these days, but it was very, very good for that.
Well, if you're Batman,
yeah. Oh, did you guys see that they're still making a new Arkham game? Oh,
what?
Yeah, dude.
But I thought they'd lost the contract. If they've got one more game.
Well, no, they're working on it. It's a predecessor. It's like Arkham Knights or something. Not Arkham Knight. That's the last one. It's like it takes place way before all the Arkham shit. It looks fantastic. They've been talking about it coming out for like a couple years.
Way before even Arkham Origins.
I would love a year one Batman where he doesn't have all the shit.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Arkham Origins is the one that's sort of like year one. Like Batman still doesn't have as good rapport standing with James Gordon. Like he's still seen as a vigilante. Like people are like,
there's a trailer for it. Fucking,
it's actually really good.
It's called Gotham Knights. That's just thrown out there. Please
Gotham Knights. Okay. Yeah, we watched for Arkham Origin because honestly, that one was really fucking good. I liked it a lot. Well, all of them were really good, but
I thought Warner Brother games were done. I thought they'd lost their contract.
Well, we can check it out next time. Fucking
a Siphon Filter. Did you guys play Siphon Filter?
No, I don't think so.
Einhander. Ace Combat. Oh my fucking god! I love that game. Oh my god.
Speaking of like those type, did you ever play Road Rash, the fucking motorcycle game where you get like it was a Sega game or a Super Nintendo game?
You can hit people with chains
like,
and shit.
Yes, you hit people with chains and bats and shit, dude. Oh, it's so violent.
Tomb Raider 2. Yeah, I love that.
Fucking yeah.
Bushido Blade.
Yes, Bushido Blade was fucking so hard. Incredibly hard, dude, and like no other game made me ever feel like I was a worthless piece of shit ever. I was like, you're horrible. No one likes you.
Tekken. Oh,
yeah.
Tekken. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in Tekken?
Who's the guy that like who was maybe it was Virtual Fighter? Wasn't there one of these fighting games where you could choose like alternate versions of it? So like there was the kangaroo, but there was also the Velociraptor, and you could switch.
Yeah, that was Alex. And I can't remember I was always Alex the raptor. There was Alex.
Yeah. Fucking what game was that? Was that
That was Tekken. That was Tekken.
It was Tekken? Okay, so that's that then.
Yoshimitsu. Yeah, Tekken was amazing. I remember being in Ireland with the family, and I kept losing. I was only young, and I remember having my first proper like teenage tantrum and storming out the house, like because I couldn't win. Like was it Street Fighter? Of course, we all played Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was nice just to go for Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. That like changed everything, I believe, for PlayStation. That was like their first, like, oh, it's not just this. This is also what it could be. I fucking love that.
Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. Like this is the last one we'll do. Did you play that?
I did play Oddworld. I thought, isn't Oddworld okay? Maybe that's what I was thinking about. Isn't that the original? And like, it just seemed like it should be a sequel because it's like Abe's Exodus, but it was the original, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Abe's Odyssey, then Abe's Exodus afterwards. Yes,
okay,
right. You are correct. But I nearly got the creator of Oddworld to come on the show, but he was like, "How many listeners do you get?" And I was kind of like, and he was like,
"Not enough." Abe out. And he fucking slams down the
Yeah,
computer.
so I hate that question. Fucking hate that question. Anyway, there we go. We'll do that again at some point. We'll do more PlayStation games. We'll do that again. I just thought it's really nice to go down a memory lane, isn't it?
And we'll do N64 games as well because I did have both. So fucking, I'd like
fuck Nintendo, man.
What?
Fuck you guys.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, hateful.
Not really,
So hateful.
but I'm joking.
Oh. I'm kidding. Sorry, but not sorry.
Right.
Go fuck yourself. Oh, we didn't mention Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Good God.
Skate and destroy.
My mom says she loves Abe. I love that. Mom, because we used to play on the PlayStation and stuff, I would love to know if my mom ever snuck in our bedroom and played on the PlayStation while we're at school or something.
Really quick story about that. The reason my mom does not play video games anymore is actually our fault. She was a big video gamer. We had a television, we had a regular Nintendo, we had a Sega, and my mom used to play video games and shit. Well, one day
you guys fucking made her feel bad about playing video games.
Kind of. We were like, "It's our turn. Can we play now? Can we play now?" So eventually, my mom's like, "Yep, your turn. I'm not playing it again," and she never did.
Well, my mom says no, but I vividly remember we had a NES at some point, and she was playing Kickle Cubicle, which is now the round guy. What's his name?
Hubert?
The round bubblegum guy. What's his name? No, the bubble. The guy looks like bubblegum. What's his? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
But it was called Kickle Cubicle, and it was like a puzzle game where you blow blocks and stuff, and you have to solve problems. And my mom would lose her fucking shit at that. Like,
I blow blokes all the time. I'm just like, hey, get me in this club.
My mom's like, shut the fuck up, Alex. No one did it.
So hey, Alex, we have a big event coming up next week, don't we?
Oh my god, this is it with the
final countdown.
Oh my god, I've been working tirelessly over this, like ridiculously. We have Pod Aid coming up. What the fuck? Here we go. We have Pod Aid coming up next week, next Wednesday. Actually, we're starting at 9 a.m. UK time, and we're not stopping till 9 a.m. the next day. What? 24 hours. And we do have Wednesday Night Live, but it will be attached to Pod Aid. So go to the Pod Aid Facebook page, give it a follow. You'll see the links there. We'll share the links here, of course, but I mean, it's good to get a head start, isn't it? There are 3 separate streams. We're doing 8-hour streams, and there are 3 of them. Do maths, people. And
16.
Checked out. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, please pay attention to that. It is the business end of what's going on with Pod Aid. We've got so much to work on, but we're very excited too. I'm getting emotional talking about it. Oh my god, we're doing this thing to raise money for Lingen Davis. They're a local cancer fund here in Shrewsbury, and the idea is that we do this. This is year 0 of Pod Aid, right? So we do our thing. We're like, yeah, we made X amount of money for a charity. Isn't this amazing? Next year we challenge people. George is going to be there. I'm so excited. We're getting this together. Working tirelessly. Anyway, so next year we're going to challenge people to do better than us. We're going to create a Pod Aid, not a league, but kind of a let's see how well you can do. And we'll get podcasters running alongside us doing their own events, for their own
podcasts.
It's going to be amazing. So we need your support. There is actually a text to donate button option, should I say. So you can text Pod Aid 3 to 70085 to donate £3, which is probably about $4.50 or something like that. You can donate as many times as you like, but it says here text Pod Aid 3 to 70085 to donate £3. Texts cost £3 plus 1 standard rate message, and you'll be opting in to hear more about our work and fundraising via telephone and SMS. If you'd like to give £3 but do not wish to receive marketing communications, text Pod Aid Info 3 to 70085. That's going to be the challenge of the day. See who can say that the quickest correctly. So please, these banners are available if you want them. I'm going to put them all on our Facebook and stuff. So if you want to share them on your own social media, what I ask from you guys from Pod Aid is, as soon as the Pod Aid, share it multiple times. Like if you're watching 2:00 in the afternoon and then you come at 8:00, as soon as you get it, just share it with people because that's what we need.
We really, we really just want this to go somewhere far enough that we feel like we made a difference in someone's lives. Like that's what this is all about, guys. We really want to help those in need, and those in need are, people that are suffering in a hospital somewhere that really could use some help. So fucking without a doubt, like this is a very, very important thing to us. It's very, very important to the people that we're trying to help. So like share as much as you can. Please donate. Please tell your friends to donate. Be like, listen, guys, I know you usually don't do this if that's not really their thing. But this is for a great charity for a couple dudes that really just want to make a difference. So fucking please and thank you. That'd be great.
And this is our first awkward fuck.
Yeah.
Like, we're quick fumble underneath the sheets, last about 30 seconds. But like next year, we're going to come back bigger and stronger, and we want to challenge people to try and beat us.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea of
back
it.
Is Ron beat Jeremy.
Us off.
Yeah.
We also have a few other options to listen to USUK. We have What's the Difference podcast. You guys need to listen to the last episode we just did with Tanisha Collins. What an amazing guest, like Tom mentioned earlier in the show. She starred in Fatherhood alongside Kevin Smith. Jesus fucking Christ. Kevin Hart. Sorry.
All the Kevins look the same to you, don't they, Alex?
It is in the top 10 of most viewed movies on Netflix. Make sure you watch that. And Tanisha is fantastic. She's so generous, so warm. You'll absolutely adore her, I guarantee. There's also Yelling at Clouds, which has been released today on YouTube, which is the first part of Attack of the 1970s in Space. And that's us talking about Star Trek, the motion picture. And Eric Fluger, the amazing resident artist and clever clogs, I always say, is going to talk to us about the artistic I had this in my head. I had it in my head. The artistic relevance of Star Trek, the motion picture, because there's a lot in there that's aesthetically pleasing and will kinetically please you. So make sure if you watch that movie, or if you haven't, watch that on YouTube and give us a subscribe too as well, you cheap fucks.
Yeah, we're free. We're whores. What? So fucking.
We have a website too.
Yeah, we have a website, USUKnetwork.com. It is a fantastic fucking website where you can find all these amazing shows, including Wednesday Night Live, on it every single week. We do it for you guys. We do it for fun. We love it so much. It's a fantastic website, really easy to navigate. And the only reason that's so easy to navigate is because we have an amazing sponsor in WebOrchard.com. WebOrchard.com, guys, they are a website building business. That's what they do. They don't make fucking clogs. They make fucking websites, and they make fantastic websites at that. They, whether you have an Etsy and OnlyFans, of course, not for, nudity. They don't do that anymore. But if you have like certain things that you want to like show your wares on the interwebs, you need more than just social media. It only does so much for you, having a Twitter, blah, blah, blah. But having a website really tells everyone around you, be like, hey, this motherfucker means business. So reach out to WebOrchard.com, tell them that you want a fantastic website, and tell them the USUK boys sent you.
Say Al sent you. Say Al sent me on. He said,
why you? Why not me? Why not David?
Wow. Yeah, USUK boys probably works better.
Yeah,
we walk in, but Alex sent me. Alex sent me. Yeah, definitely say David sent you. Like,
yeah,
that's fucking amazing.
That'd be something. Yeah, that'd be me.
Jack the Ripper.
I'm on the radio as well tomorrow, guys. The show's growing. We've got a new app attached to the show as well as the one we had before, so the audience has grown. But I'd love for you guys to join me. It's a great adventure that I'm having at the moment, and the show's called Naughty Talk, and we're going concurrently with years. And at the moment, we're on 2005. And I feel like the playlist for tomorrow's show is probably the best. 2005 was just such an amazing year for music. I think it's the best playlist I've ever made. Yeah. And it's Naughty Talk with Alex Whiteley, and it's 7 p.m. UK time, and it's every Thursday. So make sure you join me next week. I'm going to do the one the week after as well, straight after Pod 8. I'm going to get a couple of hours sleep, do the radio, and go to bed. So that'll be interesting.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, have a good time with that. I'll be sleeping at that point.
But yeah, that's it, isn't it?
That is it.
I believe so.
Yeah. Guys,
Well,
is there any more comments we need to get through? Ryan says he'll be there. Oh, bless him.
I'll be there like the moon and the stars in the sky.
They do that again. And my mom says I can't wait to be Ace for Pod 8. Because my mom's awesome. She's there every time I do the radio. She's there on Discord.
Aww. Your mom's proud of you. Unlike
my mom
my
uses
mom,
Discord.
who's not proud of you. Anyways, this has been Wednesday Night Live. I'm Tom Bruno.
I'm Alex Whiteley.
I'm David Raby.
And we fucking love you guys. Peace out.